Hello students, good morning. Now in income tax we are going to start the second chapter, which is capital gains. Capital gains. Now let's start with introduction. As you don't have any income tax book, so if you want to write, you can write it down in your book by slow down the speed of this video or any other means, whatever you want. Introduction. Any profit or gains arising on sale or transfer of the capital assets effective during the previous year is treated as capital gain and is assessed to income tax whether the consideration is actually received during the year or not. It means any profit which is arising from selling or transferring of any capital asset. It means when any person transfer or sold out any capital asset, the profit arising from that is called capital gains. Say for example, first of all, if any person has any land is a capital asset. So if that particular person, the owner of that land, will transfer that particular land to any person, or if the owner of that person will sold out that particular land, if that particular person will get any profit from selling or transferring of that asset, that is called the capital gain. હવે અહીંયા કેપિટલ ગેઇન એટલે શું કે માનો કે કોઈ વ્યક્તિ પાસે લેન્ડ છે, એ લેન્ડ એ વેચે અથવા બીજા કોઈ વ્યક્તિને ટ્રાન્સફર કરે એટલે શું કે ટ્રાન્સફર નો આપણે અર્થ આગળ જોઈશું. તો એ વેચે અથવા એ ટ્રાન્સફર કરે તો એમાંથી એમને જે પ્રોફિટ મળે એ પ્રોફિટને કેપિટલ ગેઇન તરીકે ઓળખવામાં આવે છે. Asset affected during the previous year is treated as capital gain. That particular transfer or sale must be done in previous year. Previous. Say for example, what is previous year? As you all are understand and you all learn the income tax related some chapters in semester 3 also. So you all are aware about what is previous year and what is assessment year. Say for example, if the assessment year is 2020, here the previous year is 2019. The earlier year of the assessment year is known as previous year. So that particular transfer or asset must be done in the previous year. Thus, the date of receipts and the method of accounting are irrelevant for transfer purpose. The date of receipt and method of account both are irrelevant in the case of transfer. Profit arising from the conversion of a capital asset into stock in trade or a business carried on by an assessor will be chargeable to tax in the year in which such stock is sold by. Here again they have said the profit arising from the conversion of capital asset into stock in trade. If capital asset will be transferred or if capital asset will be transferred into the stock, at that time also if any type of profit arising from that transfer, arising from that conversion, that particular profit is also taxable in income tax act. Profit arising on sale of asset, including goodwill by an individual to a firm or by a firm to an individual, is also made taxable. If that particular person transfer or sold out any asset which is capital asset, and if that particular person or an individual earn any profit of the goodwill, that particular amount of goodwill will also calculated under the taxable income. The following points emerge for taxing capital profit from the above discussion and the relevant provisions. Here, some provisions or some points are given which can be find out from the above discussion. The first is there must exist a capital asset owned by an assessor. The first and foremost important condition. There must be a capital asset. કોઈ વ્યક્તિ પાસે એસેટ છે જ નહીં અને જો એ વ્યક્તિ એસેટ વેચી નાખે એવું બની શકે. સે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, હવે બજાર તરીકે તમે જોવા જાઓ, માનો કે તમે કોઈ બે ફ્રેન્ડ વેચતા છો, એક ફ્રેન્ડે તમને કીધું કે મેં તાજમહેલ વેચી નાખ્યું, તમે કીધું કે મેં તાજમહેલ લઈ લીધું. ઇઝ ધેટ ટ્રાન્સફર? ઇઝ ધેટ કેપિટલ અસેટ ટ્રાન્સફર? નો. હવે તમે જે છે તમારા દ્વારા અથવા તાજમહેલ તમારી માલિકીનું નથી. તમે બીજા કોઈનું ઘર, બીજા કોઈની સંપત્તિ, બીજા કોઈની અસેટ તમે વેચી શકો નહીં. તો સૌથી પહેલા નંબરની કન્ડિશન છે કે જ્યારે કોઈ પણ અસેટ ટ્રાન્સફર કરવામાં આવે એમની પહેલા એ વ્યક્તિ જે છે એમનો ઓનર હોવો જોઈએ. એ વ્યક્તિ પાસે એ જે તે મિલકત એ એમના પોતાના નામે હોવી જોઈએ, પોતાનો એક માલિક હોવો જોઈએ. સેકન્ડ ઇઝ such capital asset must have been transferred by the assessor. The second important point, if any person has any capital asset and if that particular person will transfer that asset to any other person, then only the question of arising of profit of capital asset is arise there. Such a transfer must have taken place during the previous year. As we have discussed here, if you have to income tax assessment in 2020, in the assessment year, that particular transfer must be done in the previous year. Such a transfer must have resulted to a capital profit or loss. If there will be no any profit or loss, there is no any question arise related to taxes. If owner of that particular person earns some profit or they suffer some loss, at that time the question of taxable profit will arise there. Such capital profit must not be exempted under section 54, 54B, 54D, 54EC, 54EE, 54F, 54G, 54GA or 54GB. These all are the clause. These all are the exemption clause in Income Tax Act. So, the capital asset which you sold out or transfer to any other person, that must not be exempted from these all type of clause. If that particular asset will exempted from this particular clause, at that time that particular asset will not become the taxable income. Meaning of capital asset. The second most important thing, that is meaning of capital asset. What do you mean by capital asset? The second thing is, what do you mean by capital asset? So, in that, according to section 2, subsection 14, capital asset means, what is capital asset? Capital asset means the first is property of any kind held by an assessor, whether or not connected with his business or profession. The first is any type of property which is connected with the owner, that is called the capital asset. Is it not necessary that that particular asset is connected with that business or not? But if that particular owner, that particular person will owner of any type of property, that property is called capital asset. Say for example, if the owner of that particular person, particular property, હવે તમે માનો કે અહીંયા તમે એક વસ્તુ વિચારો, આપણે અહીંયા એક ઉદાહરણ લઈએ કે તારક મહેતા કા ઉલ્ટા ચશ્મા જે ડેઈલી શો આવે છે, જે ટીવી સિરિયલ આવે છે, એ ટીવી સિરિયલની અંદર તમે જોતા હશો તો ખ્યાલ છે કે ગ્રાય ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સ જે છે એ અલગ જગ્યાએ છે ને એની બાજુમાં જે છે ગોડાઉન છે. તો ગોડાઉન કદાચ બની શકે કે કોઈ કંપની અથવા કોઈ માલિક જે છે એ માલિકનું જે બીજી કોઈ પ્રોપર્ટી છે એ પોતાના મેઇન ધંધાના સ્તર સાથે કનેક્ટેડ ના હોય તો પણ એ શું કહેવામાં આવે છે, તો પણ એને કેપિટલ એસેટ તરીકે ઓળખવામાં આવે. If we are taking an example of Jethalal Gada, at that time Gada Electronics, and as well as the godown of that particular shop is also called capital asset. B. Any securities held by a foreign institutional investors as per SEBI Act 1992. If that particular person has any securities like share, debenture, bond or anything as per the Securities Act 1992, Securities Act, SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, if that particular person has any type of property or any type of that particular security is also called a capital asset. The definition shows that the term capital asset includes all kinds of property, movable or immovable, tangible or intangible, fixed or circulating. Here, the final meaning of capital asset is given. What is capital asset? Capital asset includes all kind of property, movable or immovable. There may be some property which can be moved from one place to another place. Say for example, if any person has any vehicle, માનો કે કોઈ વ્યક્તિ પાસે કોઈ vehicle છે, કોઈ કાર છે, પોતાની મોટર કાર છે, મોટર કાર છે તેને તમે એક જગ્યાએથી બીજી જગ્યાએ લઈ જઈ શકો છો. જો આવી કોઈ વસ્તુ હોય તે મૂવેબલ છે, એના બદલે માનો કે if any person has any land cannot be moved from one place to another place. So it is immovable. That is, they both, motor car and land, both are the capital asset. The second is tangible or intangible. Whether that particular property can be seen or not, that is also comes under the particular capital asset. Say for example, if any person has a goodwill cannot be seen. It is intangible assets. That is also comes under the property. And if any person has any furniture there, furniture can be seen. So tangible or intangible, that both are also comes under the capital asset. Next, fixed or circulating. Some property can be fixed. You cannot move. You cannot circulate that particular property from another place even in your business organization. But some property can be moved. Say for example, here તમે તમારી ઓફિસમાં માનો કે કોઈ એક વસ્તુ છે તો તમારી ઓફિસની જગ્યા તમે ચેન્જ ના કરી શકો, બટ ઓફિસની અંદરનું જે ફર્નિચર છે એ તમે ચેન્જ કરી શકો. You can circulate your furniture from one place to another place in your business area or any other place. So this is fixed or circulate. In short, whatever the type of property you have, that all the properties comes under the capital asset. But here are some exemptions. The next point is exemption. Which type of property are exempted from the capital asset? It excludes any stock in trade, consumable, stores or raw materials held for the purpose of his business or profession. The first, stock in trade. if there is any stock in trade asset that is excluded from the capital asset, stock in trade હોય તો તમે એમને capital asset કહી શકો ને. ત્યાં એવું આપેલું છે કે consumable stores or raw material held for the purpose of his business, ચાહે raw material હોય ચાહે stock in trade હોય, કોઈ પણ પ્રકારે હોય તો એ તમારી capital asset માં આવે નહીં. The second, personal effects. Personal effects. Here, what is personal effects? The meaning of personal effects is also given. That personal effects, that is to say movable property including wearing apparel, all type of vehicles and furniture held for personal use by the assessor or any member of his family dependent on him, but jewelry, archaeological collection, drawings, paintings, sculptures or any work of art are excluded from the personal property. In essence, capital gains on jewelry etc. are taxable. હવે જો અહીં તમને બે વસ્તુ આવી છે, એક કે પર્સનલ ઇફેક્ટ જે હોય મીન્સ કે પર્સનલ પ્રોપર્ટી હોય ને એ કેપિટલ એસેટમાં આવતી નથી. which type of personal properties are not come under the capital asset is that movable property including wearing apparel, એમને જો કોઈ દાગીના પહેરેલા હોય તો એ, all type of vehicle and furniture held by personal use if the owner of anything that particular person has vehicle with that particular vehicle is used for the personal purpose, but the jewelry, archaeological collection, drawings, paintings, sculptures, any work of art are excluded from the personal property. But જો તમારી પાસે કોઈ વસ્તુ છે એમાં માનો કે ડ્રોઈંગ છે, તમારા પોતાની પેઇન્ટિંગ્સ છે, કોઈ સ્કલ્પચર્સ, કોઈ સ્થાપત્યની કોઈ વસ્તુ છે, કોઈ જ્વેલરી છે, જો આવી વસ્તુ હોય ને તો એ વળી પાછું ટેક્સેબલમાં આવે. ટેક્સેબલમાં કઈ ના આવે તો કે માનો કે એ કોઈ વ્યક્તિએ એ દાગીના પહેરેલા છે તો એ ટેક્સેબલ નથી, બટ એ પોતાના દાગીના, પોતાના જે ઓર્નામેન્ટ્સ છે, પોતાની જે જ્વેલરી છે એ જ્વેલરી એમને કોઈ જે છે રોકાણ કરેલું છે અથવા પોતાની પાસે જે છે ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ કરેલું છે તો એના ઉપર ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ લાગશે. આ જે છે એમાં બીજા નંબરનો એક રૂલ છે. નેક્સ્ટ, એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ લેન્ડ in India which is not urban agricultural land means it must be rural agricultural land. If agricultural land which is rural agricultural land, that is also excluded from the capital asset. તો તમારું માન કે તમારી કોઈ અસેટ છે એ અસેટ તમારી જામખંભાળિયામાં છે તો જામખંભાળિયા જે છે તમારે અર્બન એરિયા, તો એ તમારે જે છે શું થશે તો કે એ કોઈ લેન્ડ આપવામાં આવેલી છે તો એ તમારે ટેક્સેબલ ગણાશે. બટ માનો કે જામખંભાળિયાના કોઈ ગ્રામ્ય વિસ્તારમાં સે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ આપણે બાજુમાં જે છે કોઈ એવું ગ્રામ્ય વિસ્તાર છે, જે ગામડું છે, જે વિલેજ છે, એમની અંદર જો કોઈ વસ્તુ હોય તો એ તમારે ટેક્સેબલ છે તો એ એક્સેપ્ટેડ થાય છે. If any agricultural land which is situated in rural area, if that particular land is in rural area, at that time that particular land is exempted from the capital asset. But if that particular land is comes under the urban area, at that time that particular land is an taxable. The next is 6.5% gold bonds 1977, 7% gold bonds 1980 and 6.5 national defense gold bond 1980 issued by the central government. If the gold bond there is different type of gold bonds are there, that particular gold bonds can be exempted from the capital asset. Next, special bearer bonds 1991 issued by the central government. If special bearer bonds are there, that particular bonds are also excluded from the capital asset. Gold deposit bonds issued under gold deposit scheme 1999. If gold deposit bonds are that particular gold bonds are also excluded from the capital asset. Deposit certificate issued under gold monetization scheme 2016. If deposit certificates under gold monetization scheme, that is also exempted from the capital asset. Now, there is some important points are given related to some points. Here we have mentioned that if that particular land is come under the rural area, that is not come under the capital asset, but who decide that that particular land is come under the taxable capital asset or not? That not is given. Let's understand that particular thing. Rural agricultural land means an agricultural land in India. Rural agricultural land means that must be situated in India. The first point in that given is if situated in any area which is comprised within the jurisdiction of the municipality or containment board having a population of not less than 10,000. First point is not less than 10. If situated in any area which is comprised within the jurisdiction of a municipality or containment board having a population of not less than 10,000. જો એ 10,000 કરતા ઓછા એરિયામાં હોય એની જે પોપ્યુલેશન છે 10,000 કરતા ઓછી અને એ જે છે મ્યુનિસિપાલિટીના એરિયામાં ના આવતું at that time, that is what that particular thing is called the rural area. In any area, here the first point is completed. The second point is in any area which does not fall within the distance to be measured area. If the first condition is not fulfilled, what is the next? 2 kilometers from the local limits of municipality. The first, if that particular land is away from 2 kilometers from municipality or containment board, if the population of that particular thing is 10,000 to 1, if your land is not fulfilled the first condition, at that time, if that particular land is 2 kilometers away from the municipality or containment board and the population having 10,000 or 1 lakh, at that time it is called the rural area. The second, if that particular land is away 6 kilometers and the population is having from 1 lakh to 10 lakh, it is also not called the rural area or rural land. The next is given third 8 kilometers. If that particular land is away from the containment board or municipality area 8 kilometers away, at that time, if the population of the municipality containment board is more than 10, if the population of that particular thing, particular containment board or particular municipality is more than 10, and at that time, if your particular land is 8 kilometers away from that particular area, that is also come under the rural agricultural land. હવે એને આપણે સિમ્પલી સમજો તો શું તો કે માનો કે કોઈ કન્ટેનમેન્ટ બોર્ડ અથવા મ્યુનિસિપાલિટીમાં આવે છે અને મ્યુનિસિપાલિટીની જે કુલ વસ્તી છે, the population of that particular municipality or containment board is 10,000 to 1. In this case, if your land is 2 kilometers away from the municipality area, at that time if that is more than 2 kilometers, this is called the rural agricultural land. But if that particular land is 6 kilometers away and the population of that particular municipality or containment board is from 1 lakh to 10 lakh, that is called the agricultural land. And the population of any containment board or municipality is more than 10 lakh and more than 10 lakh, and if that particular land is away from that particular area 8 kilometers away, that is called the agricultural land. So this is the basic conditions for having that particular things is agricultural land or not. The expression population means population according to the last preceding census, of which the relevant figures have been published before the first day of the previous year. The population will be measured from the last population census. So these are the basic things related to the capital crossing. In our next video, we are going to study the next point related to capital gains